She's late. She's late a lot. Yo, y'all lucky I make it on this blood rise stage every night.
Oh, Lauryn, in the words of Donny Hathaway, it's certainly been a long, hard road. Let's face it, Lauryn Hill is infamous for her music, and she is infamous for her unreliability as an artist. That's the bottom line. And I say this as someone who loves Lauryn Hill, someone who has been a fan since, well, the Fugees, but who really fell in love with her mission, with her message, not so much just in the music, because Lauryn was bigger than music. She had a message, a real message. And at the time that she came out in 1998 as a solo artist, I was very, very deeply religious, Christian. I was praying a lot. I was definitely studying my Bible, and I was trying to live according to biblical principles. And at that time, Lauryn's music was a real aid in helping me to do that, to accomplish that, especially as a teenager. You've got all these changes in life, changes in your hormones, you're trying to figure things out. Lauryn's music was helpful to those of us that needed to feel like someone understood the struggle for righteousness. I remember a 25-year-old Lauryn Hill in 1999 delivering a speech at the Essence Awards, where she had been honored for the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Why don't we just go back to that speech really quick so you know what I mean? Because when I say that Lauryn was special, I mean that she occupied an exclusive place in the market at the time that she rocketed to fame. Her female rap contemporaries would be far and away different in terms of their messaging and packaging than Lauryn. You had Lil' Kim, very different image. Foxy Brown, very similar to Lil' Kim, different image. Then you had Missy Elliott, who was somewhere in the middle, but Lauryn was in a league of her own. It was very clear. And the fight to be herself and maintain her righteousness, dealing with all the issues that we face when we're 25 years old, and we're in our early 20s and trying to figure things out again. Lauryn was a beacon of light for people like me and my friends back in the day.
Thank you so much. I'd like to, first of all, I'd like to say thanks to God because He changed my life and put it in the direction that it's going in now, and He made me remember what I was supposed to be doing and who I really was. Wherever I go, low or high places, I have to represent the truth. And, you know, when you find enlightenment, once the lights are turned on, you realize that you've been in the dark for a long time. And when the lights were turned on in my life, I realized that I had been in the dark, and that my entire purpose on earth was to be a servant. And I want to let young people know I want to let young people know that it is not a burden to love Him and to represent Him and to be who you are, as fly and as hot and as whatever, and to still love God and to serve Him. It's not a contradiction. It's not a contradiction.
Me do it, I do it because I stand here in the name of God, and I do it. Okay. God is the one who allows me to do it, who surrounded me with family and community when there was no support, records, and no one showed up and said, hey, would you like to make another one?
So this is a classic case of revisionist history. I don't want to call Lauryn a liar because that's really not how I get down, but in 2005, I was a big Lauryn Hill fan, and it was really difficult trying to find music by Lauryn Hill, especially new music. To find her music, you had to peruse the message boards, you had to essentially know what websites to go on to. datpiff.com, which had a lot of underground records. In 2005, Lauryn Hill was working on a new project. It was going to be called The Cool of Me Phase. I'll have more info on this project in my upcoming documentary. I hope you all watch it, which is The Rise and Fall and Rise Again of Lauryn Hill. But for today, we're just going to talk about that 2005 project. That project would have new recordings like Social Drugs, Damnable Heresies, and Chains. But while Lauryn was trying to come up with new good music, she was also embroiled in so much family drama and personal drama, industry drama, that her creative process was clearly blocked. There weren't many love songs coming out of Lauryn at that time. Most of it was about society, the conditions of the world, religion. Remember, this is during the time that she cut off her hair, no more dreads. She had the kind of like the little boy look. And let's not forget, the MTV Unplugged album that came out in 2001 did feature all new songs by Lauryn Hill. So to say suddenly that no one at Columbia came to her and asked her to record another project would be patently false, especially considering that Lauryn Hill was being considered for movie roles, including one role in Charlie's Angels. For more than 20 years, Lauryn has gone to war with the music industry. During her MTV Unplugged era, Lauryn said, and I'm paraphrasing, that there was a time in her life when God gave her everything that she thought she wanted, only to learn that she really didn't want those things at all. Chief amongst those things that Lauryn didn't want in the end was fame. She did not produce a follow-up to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill because, truth be told, Lauryn Hill has always maintained a tortured relationship with fame. In this next point, on why she's been touring the same album for 25 years should be quite clear to anybody that knows the story, anybody that knows controversies and lawsuits that ensued after the Miseducation, that Lauryn misled the public and a teenage me into believing she had almost single-handedly produced the record herself. The lawsuit between L Boogie and Newark, the production team that helped write, curate, and create the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, was settled in 2001. And although the details of the settlement were never revealed to the public, we do know that Newark was paid, and we do know that the album liner notes and credits were adjusted in subsequent releases to give them proper credit for their contributions on the project. Lauryn has always felt slighted by the settlement and maintains to this day that she was taken advantage of, she was manipulated, and that it was youthful naivety that caused her not to protect herself properly in the situation and left room for a lawsuit in the first place. The bitterness that Lauryn still maintains to this day against Newark Productions is the reason why we never got another album. Columbia, after the success of The Miseducation, would not take a bet on a different production team, and since Lauryn refused to work with Newark going forward, and since Lauryn hasn't produced anything over the last 20 years that's on par with The Miseducation, I'm talking about polish, intention, and mass appeal. The Miseducation, for better or worse, placed high standards on Lauryn's output. And I do believe that the problem with Lauryn Hill is that she knows that she can't continue to meet that output. And she doesn't want to risk the sophomore flop without anything to juxtapose the Miseducation to. It will always be a classic album. For you and I, the fans of Lauryn Hill, will always wonder what could have been, what she might have been able to produce in her 30s or in her early 40s. At this point, no one really expects to get another album from Lauryn Hill, And because she faded from public view and fame, the rappers and artists that maintained their position in the industry and that would become the blueprint for the next generation, unfortunately, would not be a Lauryn Hill or even a Missy Elliott. It would be Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown. Those images of women, of black women, of artists would be mass exported to such a degree that the next generation, the current generation, of female rap artists are emulated in their likeness instead of Lauryn. Which still means that Lauryn is able to maintain a very exclusive place 25 years later, still in hip hop. Probably the most talented rapper, singer combo we've ever seen. But the lack of respect that she has for her fans, the entitlement, the notion that she get on stage here in Los Angeles and say, "You are lucky that I even get on this stage." It just completely flies in the face of the people that had to get a babysitter. You know, she's in her late 40s. She has fans that are taking care of their parents, people that got care for their parents, to come to her show only for her to show up late. At this point, as big of a Lauryn Hill fan as I was, I don't know why anybody would pay to go see her perform. Not only will she not show up on time, generally the vocals have been subpar. The energy's there. The vocals, not so much. You know, whenever I'm asked what my favorite Lauryn Hill song is, it's actually nothing from the Miseducation. As groundbreaking, as amazing, and as pivotal as it was to my teenage and young adult years. My favorite song is a song that most people don't know by Lauryn Hill. It's called Chains. I mentioned it earlier. The lyrics in Chains are warning people not to succumb to the politician spirit. She says the politician spirit is holding you down, and it's chains. And at the end of the song, there's a breakdown, and she says, "Thank God still we have time to change. Thank God still we have time to change." Lauryn, thank God still, each day is a chance to change. If you don't want to do music, then don't do music. Leave us with the body of work that you created. Maybe give us a show here and there every couple of years, but nothing too taxing on you. If this is weighing you down, if now's not a good time in your life, then get off the stage. You've been off the stage before. But if you're going to be on the stage, be on time. You are special. Very special. But guess what, Lauryn? So is everyone else. Don't mind my Gemini Mind. Thank you for listening. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you get notifications when I release new content. I have another documentary coming up shortly. Take care.